Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Julie from the Story a Day podcast here. There comes a time in every writing push when it feels like you're failing. Whatever goal you set, you're not meeting it. You're imperfect, and your best intentions, it turns out, are not enough. If this is you, you are not alone. And I have a fix. Instead of hoping to find time for writing, you have to take concrete steps to make sure the writing happens. We all suffer from Startitis. We start a project, whether it's a story, a novel, a writing challenge, with the best of intentions. This time, we say, this time I'll do it perfectly. If I just work harder, I won't have bad days. And that is not a thing. Writers aren't machines. We do have to keep showing up even when it doesn't feel easy, but to do that and stay productive, you have to show up with a boatload of compassion for yourself as a writer and a boatload of joy for the project that you're working on. That is a lot easier to do when A, there are fewer decisions to make, and B, when you're around other people who get it. So the question that you have to ask yourself is not, will I write? But when will I write? Now, I am as allergic as the next neurodivergent person to being told what to do and when to do it. If you're creative, you tend to chafe at rules. And yet, writing time doesn't just appear because we want it to. And I'm seeing, as we go through the Story a Day challenge every year, see people who start off with great enthusiasm for the challenge and look up about a week and a half into the challenge and they can't figure out why the writing isn't happening. But it's because they haven't decided when the writing is going to happen. They haven't put any structure around it. They haven't put any times on their calendar around it. And they haven't given up something like scrolling social media or staring into space. That whatever it is that you're doing that's replacing time that you could claw back for writing, it doesn't just happen. You have to make a concerted effort to pay attention and make it a priority. If you are having trouble showing up for your writing right now, chances are there's a lot of recrimination going on in your head and you're wasting a lot of time with those recriminations. I hereby give you permission to stop beating yourself up about what happened yesterday or what's already happened today, and instead use this time that you might spend telling yourself you're a failure to instead say, when will I write today? When will I write tomorrow? And you don't have to go any further than that. If you're the kind of person who loves a plan and sticks to it, sure, map out your whole month, go for it. If you are a little more rebellious, even when it comes to your own promises, then figure out what you can do today. Figure out maybe what you can do tomorrow. And then at least you have something that you don't have to make a decision about tomorrow or something that you can rebel against. And you can go, I'm not writing at 10:30 in the morning. What crazy person said I should do that? Oh, me. But I think maybe at 3 p.m. I could squeeze in some words. So it's okay to make a plan and reject it if that works for you. But without a plan at all, it's just not going to happen. So flexibility can be good unless you benefit from rigid plans. I think most creative people don't, but that's not a universal rule. So any writing advice you get has to be weighed in the balance of the advice and the person it's coming from and your knowledge about yourself and how you trick yourself into doing the things that you want to do. Because for many of us, that's how stuff gets done. Making time for your writing is a gift to yourself. And before you start saying that's selfish, no, your writing time is a gift to yourself and to the world. Not just because we might like your stories, but because when you are writing, you are happier. And when you are happier, you are nicer to us. And we like that. So be a little selfish. Give yourself the gift of some writing time. We're here for you. We're cheering you on. We like it. It's not about creating a rigid conveyor belt of words that you must staff at all times. It's about making your writing a priority before other people's priorities steal all your time away from you. And that's why you can put something on the calendar and you can change it. You can say, I'm not going to write at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm going to write at 7:30. But at some point you do have to get up and go to your desk or grab your pen and say, yeah, this is my time. This is when I'm going to write. And you aren't deciding if you're going to write today. You're deciding when you're going to write today. So I'm off to put some potential writing times on my calendar. How about you? Let's make it simple. Let's make it easy to get the writing done. It's not going to be easy to write a story a day or to write a project that matters to you. It's never really going to be easy, but let's make it easier. What if it was easier? What if you did have X number of blocks of time when you just turned up for your writing every week? In the notes for this audio, I am putting some links to prompts from the Story a Day May 2026 challenge. There are prompts from some wonderful writers in there. There are prompts from me, and I'm going to put myself in that category of wonderful writers as well, because we all have to be our own first and best advocate. We have some prompts linked in the description to some wonderful writing prompts from wonderful writers. I hope you'll go and look through some of them. Don't feel you have to write to all of them, but if something snags your attention, put some times in your planner for when you're going to sit down and do the uncomfortable work of trying to write something that makes you happy and proud, whether it's the quality of the writing or just the fact that you got it done. Remember, everything can be fixed in the edit. And if you enjoy listening to my with mellifluous tones, there is a handbook for this year's challenge, which is available, again, linking in the notes. If you're on your phone, open up your podcast app, click on the little information button, scroll down to where I've got all this written content for you, click on that link, not if you're driving, but go to that link, look at the handbook. Every single prompt from this year's challenge has 2 exercises associated with it from me. The first one is a warm-up, just something on the topic, vague general topic of the prompt, where you set your timer for 5 minutes and you just do some warm-up writing. Each day it's different. And then each day there are some suggestions from me about how you might brainstorm a way into a particular story related to each prompt. It's proving pretty popular. It's helping people to break the tyranny of the blank page. Somebody said it helps them just get the page dirty, which can be really helpful because it limits your options, and it helps. I find it helps me to think on the page if I just start writing about a story rather than thinking about it and letting it be all perfect in my head. If I just start writing out options, that really helps me, and it seems to be helping other people. So grab the handbook if you would like to listen to me talking about each of the prompts for 31 days. There's no time limit on this handbook, so you can dip in and dip out and come back to it whenever you want to. But most of all, I hope you have a wonderful writing week and keep writing. Thanks for listening. Why not come over to the blog at storyaday.org and check out this week's writing prompts and articles. And in the meantime, have a great creative week and, of course, keep writing.